Salutations guys, Razor here, giving you a nice little gameplay here with the M14 assault rifle. This is going to be a team deathmatch on Jungle, and got the good old M14 here. I say that ironically because it's not really a very good gun. It took me quite a while to actually get a gameplay with this weapon. I decided to go with the grip attachment because the recoil is quite severe on this semi-auto weapon, and even with the grip it has a lot more recoil than the FAL, which of course is the other semi-auto weapon, which is far superior in all aspects except for hip fire. I found the M14 hip fire is maybe a little more accurate, but if you utilize the weapon well and you can get triple sprays. And check out this guy here. I see him up in their spawn, making sure I clear it out. And I see one more guy here. Whenever you take out multiple enemies, you can always expect others to be in their wake, because that's probably where they're spawning from. And sometimes they'll continue to spawn there because of that's typical Call of Duty spawn style. If you get killed, you'll usually spawn somewhere near or to them. Unless it's like an objective game mode and the spawns are more strict. But yeah, I have running with a pretty good team here, and that's always going to help out using any weapon. I picked up this newbie FAMAS here, so I found that gun and just found that one of the noobs left some tubes left in their noob tube primary weapon launcher, so I decided to go ahead and give those back to him. Just in case he missed him. And I'm a bit of a stare down with this guy. I stun him, get the hit marker on the Simtex, run TacMass Pro so that stun grenade doesn't really affect me that much. Avoid the frag and the explosive barrel there, and then my teammate takes him out. But I still have the Blackbird going, so I'll be able to wipe out this guy for my chopper gunner. And it's really easy to get a good gameplay on Jungle because air sport reigns supreme, and with chopper gunner and gunship you can really get a ton of kills. And these spawns are quite predictable, and you can get into them pretty well without it flipping too quickly, especially the spawn point over here in the ruins, or also when they start spawning in the village. But basically what you want to do is just run around the map and not hold a confrontation on one section for too long, because that's just going to be a clusterfuck of explosions and people are just spawning randomly all over the place. And so what I like to do is just run around and always change up to what spot I want to hold down, and I seem to have more success with that. I know spawn points pretty well here. If you ever use a chopper gunner a couple times, you're able to pick up on the spawn points extremely quickly, because there's hardly any buildings in this map, and your chopper gunner can wipe out someone very fast and wipe out an entire team very fast. You start picking up on the spawns real quick, so you know the basic ones behind the rock that everyone loves to camp on top of, in the ruins, down in the river, and in the village as well. Those are the main spawn points that you'll be seeing. Sometimes they'll spawn behind the B flag hut, and but that one's not too common. Luckily, got them spawning out over here on the river and behind the rock. So chopper gunner, pretty self-explanatory. You can just rack up the kills in this. And as you can see, whenever I wipe out the enemy team with one spawn point, I know exactly where they're going to be right afterwards. Just check all the spawn points. If I start shooting somewhere where I don't want them to be, they won't spawn there, and they'll spawn somewhere more wide open, because you can't really spawn into chopper gunner fire, at least with the amount of spawn points that there are in Jungle. It's not going to be like Nuketown where they can only spawn in a small amount of space, so you're not really going to be spawning into the chopper gunner gunfire. So if you want them to spawn somewhere that's easier to kill them, start shooting at a spot where you know there's a spawn point, and if you shoot there, then they won't spawn there. They'll spawn where you more want them to spawn at, and you'll be able to take them out from there. Just a little chopper gunner tip. And gunship, see, the teammate got a gunship care package there. Gunship does even better on this map because you can move around and get to the spawn points a lot faster. But so yeah, game's wrapping up right here. Unfortunately, I die at the end. But pretty good game nonetheless, the M14. It's a hard gun to use, and it's a hard gun to get a good score with, but it can be pretty fun. Final score is 36 and 3 with 2 assists. Hope you guys enjoyed this little video. The sub boxes haven't been working recently, so go ahead and check out my recent videos, and you might see one that you might have missed. And I'll see you guys later.